Hi, welcome to the BWT studio. I'm Becky and I'm joined here by Tithi Tewari, the Managing Director of one of our featured technologies, SmartVizX. So welcome, Tithi.
Thank you so much, Becky.
So to start us off today, why don't you give us a little bit about the SmartVizX elevator pitch?
Sure. So I'm an architect myself, and we have actually brought out a software, which is a virtual reality software meant for architects, designers, and building product manufacturers last year. And this product is called Tewari. Tewari stands for Transforming Design, and what it does is that it allows architects, interior designers, and building product suppliers to upload a 3D format file into Tewari, and Tewari instantly converts it into a virtual environment, and you can now interact with that virtual environment. You can make changes, and you can generate a lot of media in the form of static images, 360 panoramas, and walkthroughs. And you can just send out this non-VR output to within your team. So, peer-to-peer collaboration, client to the architect collaboration, architect to the consultant collaboration, and then the building product supplier collaboration. So essentially the elevator pitch would be that it dramatically improves design experience, collaboration, and the whole communication part of the design gets really enhanced.
Okay, cool. And what was the problem that you identified that led you to come up with Tewari?
So I have practiced personally myself, in the design world for about 18 years. And during this time, while I had access to the best design resources and, visualization resources across the world, there was always this issue of, what you had promised initially in terms of static images of your design idea and the 2D drawings, and what came out actually, once it was constructed. So despite having all this, great access to, Thai designers who could really visualize well, we would have clients come in and say, oh, this looks slightly different. It looks smaller than what I saw in the image. It looks darker. I thought it will be lighter. You showed me a small piece of marble, but I didn't realize applied to a large surface area, there would be a grain, which, so, there was always this mismatch of what you were trying to communicate and what really came out. And I realized that the problem lies in, the kind of passive means of communication we have all lived with, which are the 2D drawings. So we really wanted to create an immersive visualization where a client could walk inside the proposed design at a time when changes were possible and they were not going to cost a lot.
Yeah. I guess it's the thing where everyone has a different vision in their head of what they think it's going to look like, and now they can actually see.
So actually it really, and then we have had great successes. We've already actually signed up marquee customers in the form of very well-known architectural firms in India and outside India. And we are finding that, every day we hear a very interesting story about, how architects are able to cut down 30% of their design time. So traditionally with those tools that they had, if they took, let's say, 3 months to go from concept schematic to design development, now they are able to do it in 2 months. Because of the fact that now you are experiencing the design. So you are experiencing it, your junior designer is experiencing it, your client is experiencing it, and you're being able to put the actual material from the building product manufacturer's VR catalog into the virtual environment and make the client experience it. So the approvals are coming faster, and I think that's a great thing, because if I'm able to save 3 months out of 12, that means that that's a lot of revenue and productivity for any business. So I always say that, yes, we created a design experience and collaboration product, but ultimately it's enhancing efficiency, which is what, gives me a lot of happiness.
Yes. Can you share with us some of the companies that you're working with at the moment?
Yes, we are working with Gensler India, Venkatraman Associates. We're working with Architecture Paradigm, 100 Hands. We're working with Kalhan Mattu, Kozima Chitalwala, and quite a few others who we are right now who are on the prospect stage. We've also, there's a company from Bangkok and Singapore Paper Space who's a customer. Then there's a customer in the US, Belgravia Group. So these are some of the names, but We launched in August, and we have more than about 50 plus paying customers and more than about 300 downloads.
So you're very busy.
Yes, yes, it's been, and it needs to get busier.
Yeah, yes. So how do you go about differentiating yourself? I know that VR is becoming kind of the next hot thing in real estate.
So I think what differentiates Tewari from quite a few of the softwares that are out there, first and foremost, is that it's created by architects. So, you know, it's not just a bunch of IT professionals or engineers who have created the software. So a lot of features that already are, you know, in Tewari have come out of the pain points that we have lived ourselves for about 18 years. The second one is that, of course, it's, you know, it's the first Indian startup that has actually created a VR software. And there are a lot of people in the VR space today because of the experiential nature of what you generate, but they are all in the services mode. And that's why that gives me great pride that, you know, we are the only Indian startup who have actually created something which is competing with, you know, a lot of the US-based products that have been there, which are older firms, you know, who have been there more number of years than us and who are heavily funded. So, you know, in that sense, we managed to get something extremely competitive, which is being used, and people are actually now going for multiple licenses. They're going for 3-year licenses, and that obviously gives us a message that they're finding value. Otherwise, they wouldn't be actually going for such long-term licenses. And we are also part of the Microsoft Scale-Up program. So we are the only VR firm, so to say, who Microsoft picked up because they realized that what we were creating needed to kind of go to the cloud. And once that happens, I think, you know, the whole immersive product bit will become truly democratized. So, you know, you can actually use it wherever you are, sitting at the airport. You can get your work done, you can collaborate, you know, in different geographies, logging into the same virtual model. So all of that can happen. So that is why I feel that, you know, it's important that first and foremost you experience those pain points and then you create something which people are saying that is very useful.
Yes, yeah, definitely gives the competitive edge. You mentioned funding there. Can you tell us a bit about what your funding model has been so far and if you're looking to raise capital at the moment?
Yeah, so we have raised about $2 million up till now, and we are looking at our Series A in 2019. So definitely we are looking at raising money because now that we've established a small community which is growing in India, we definitely want to have a geographic expansion. So we will be looking at America very soon, and we'll need you know, funds for geographic expansion. So maybe in the next 3 to 4 months we'll start looking for funding.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I know that we're very much looking forward to what's to come from SmartVizX and Tewari this year. On that note, I think we'll wrap it up. Thank you for joining us.